At what time did you receive this call from the hospital? You may use your notebook if there's no objection.
The call came through at 2:13 AM, sir, saying that all attempts to revive the deceased had failed.
What did you do then?
Acting on this information, I duly presented myself at the Villa Madeira at 2:47 AM. There was a lot of commotion proceeding from inside.
What kind of commotion?
Well, there was a gramophone playing at full blast, sir, and some female laughter of a shrill nature. There being no answer to the bell, I tried the door and found it open. I then entered the sitting room and found the female prisoner attired in a nightdress and two police officers to whom she was making flourishing gestures with her bed jacket in imitation of bullfighting or some such. I immediately summoned the two officers outside, asked what their business had been and sent them away. I then proceeded back into the house.
Damn blast! No! Come back!
Beg pardon for the intrusion.
Another lovely policeman! Come in, we're having a gorgeous time!
Would you be Mrs. Francis Rattenbury?
How to you, dear? Come and down!
May we have the music down, please?
Why? How can we dance with no music?
Excuse me, madam. With your permission.
Why did you do that? It's quiet. I don't like the quiet.
Sorry, madam, but you could be disturbing the neighbours.
That's terrible. Disturbing the neighbours is terrible.
I must ask you again if you are Mrs. Francis Rattenbury.
That's right.
The widow of Francis Rattenbury.
Widow?
You've not been informed of your husband's death.
Don't talk about awful things. Let's have some music.
I must ask you, madam, what you know about your husband's death.
Everything. I know everything. I did it, you see. All by myself. All alone.
Who else is in this house?
Irene.
Irene?
She's my maid, my friend. I sent her to bed. She knows nothing about it. I want my whiskey.
And this Irene is the only other person in the house?
There's George, too.
George.
Yes, he's my chauffeur. He's just a boy. He's nothing, just an odd job boy.
Where is he?
How should I know? Not his mother. I expect he's upstairs asleep. He's very young, you see.
Madam, I must now caution you. You're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so. However, anything you do say will be taken down and may be given in evidence. Do you follow me?
What? Anywhere. Are you married? Oh, I bet you've got lots of girls, haven't you? Oh, do you want £10? Oh no, it's a crime to give policemen money.
Madam, please.
He wanted to die. He said he'd lived too long, and he gave me a mallet and he told me to kill him, so I did.
Where is the mallet?
What?
The mallet, where is the mallet?
Oh, I remember in the morning. No, I was asleep. I don't dream. Let's have some music.
Madam, I propose to telephone the police station using the call box outside.
There's one through there. Better still. There's one in the bedroom.
I shall use the call box, thank you, madam.
Always please yourself. But you don't know what you're missing.
A general question, Sergeant, about Mrs. Rattenbury's behaviour. Remembering that only a few hours before her husband had been brutally killed, how in your mind did you react to her attitude that night?
I was Disgusted, sir.
In one word, how would you describe her behaviour?
Callous. Downright brutal.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Look at the press boys scampering out. Imagine the headlines.
They should have waited. Sergeant, how long have you been in the police force?
20 years, sir.
And in that time, you would have, of course, attended at many gruesome occasions, car accidents and the like.
Yes, sir, many.
You must then be familiar with the medical phenomenon known as shock.
I've seen cases of shock,
Severe shock.
some severe.
How do such persons usually behave?
Well, I'd say sometimes they're not quite all there.
Not quite all there. Not aware of their surroundings, or overexcited and talkative.
Both, sir.
Inclined to fits either of hysterical weeping or, quite as likely, hysterical laughter, and generally speaking, inclined to behave entirely out of character.
Yes, sir.
Why then were you so disgusted at Mrs. Rattenbury's behaviour that night?
Oh, I didn't think it was shock, sir. I mean, I saw no occasions.
You saw no occasion? Can you imagine a greater occasion for shock than the brutal murder of a dearly loved husband in her own home? Can you?
She didn't seem disturbed, sir. Like I said, she was dancing and laughing and playing about.
God, man, have you never heard of hysteria?
Mr. O'Connor.
I'm sorry, my lord. Have you never heard of hysteria, Sergeant?
Of course, sir.
What form does it take?
Laughing, but this wasn't hysterical laughing.
And who are you to judge?
I've seen hysteria, sir.
You've seen shock too, but you fail to recognise that. What is the treatment for shock? Come on, Sergeant, you've read your manual. What does it say?
One should keep the victim warm using blankets when obtainable.
This victim was half-dressed on a night in March. Was there a fire in the grate?
No, sir.
Were the windows open?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what the temperature was that night in Bournemouth?
No, sir, not exactly.
Would it surprise you to learn that at 2 o'clock in the morning of March 25th, the temperature recorded on the town hall roof was 3 degrees below freezing?
I remember it was a bit chilly. I didn't know it was as cold as that.
It was as cold as that. And the windows in the sitting room were open.
Yes, sir.
Back to the manual. If the victim is not kept warm, what can happen to the victim? What is there a danger of?
Collapse, sir.
And what happened to Mrs. Rattenbury later that night?
She did collapse, but that was the whiskey.
Was it indeed? And how much whiskey did Mrs. Rattenbury have to drink that night?
Well, I don't know exactly, sir. She was drinking it from the bottle, sir, and emptied it.
In front of you,
Yes,
Sergeant?
sir.
And you allowed that?
I had no option.
No option. What does your handbook tell you to prevent the victim taking at all costs?
Alcohol, sir.
And do you remember why, Sergeant?
Because the effect of alcohol on a shock system will greatly increase the symptoms and will in all respect, prove strongly deleterious.
And doesn't it add also sometimes fatal?
Yes, sir.
It may be that in this instance you were very lucky that it was not. Otherwise you could be facing a very grave charge indeed. Gross negligence while on duty. Lord.
Sergeant, has a person in a state of shock ever made sexual advances at you?
Certainly not, sir.
Or attempted to bribe you?
No, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant. That concludes the case for the Crown, my lord.